Hey everyone, it's Rainash30, and today I've gone through the evolution of Carnage in all of his appearances in TV shows and movies. So to find out how his character has changed throughout the decades, allow me to fill in the blanks and let's get started. Number 1. Spider-Man the Animated Series. We begin with Cletus Cassidy, where after his recent plot is foiled by Spider-Man, he's sent to the Ravencroft Institute where Baron Mordo introduces him to Venom's offspring. As Cletus agrees to help Dormammu return to Earth, he completely bonds with the symbiote, becomes Carnage, and battles Spider-Man and War Machine. Later, continuing to have his version of fun, he begins terrorizing the city and drains the life force from people, though, as we cut to the final battle, he's sucked into the dark dimension, never to be heard from again, or so we thought.
I hate having my meals interrupted. Just like sardine cans. Snack time! What is he doing?
Now in the last few episodes of the series, we learn that the Carnage symbiote entered another dimension and bonded with Peter's clone, turning him into Spider-Carnage. With even more hatred, he teams up with Kingpin and destroys the city. But he doesn't stop there, as he builds a device to destroy every dimension and reality. After battling a team of Spider-Man for the fate of the universe, he meets another Uncle Ben who convinces him to get rid of the evil inside. Though, as he struggles to get rid of the Carnage symbiote, he sacrifices himself.
How I despise you! And for that reason, you must be obliterated. You see, I really hate those.
Number 2. Spider-Man Unlimited. Onto the show loosely connected to the previous one, we find Carnage and Venom hitching a ride on John Jameson's shuttle to a counter-Earth. After their arrival, they secretly work for the Synoptic, where Carnage and Venom begin planting spores in creatures and creating an army of symbiotes. While Spider-Man interferes with their plans, in the finale of the series, a separated Cletus and Eddie reveal that they wanted to unleash the power of the Synoptic. Millions of spores are then released into the atmosphere to bring all other life to an end. And while the series was cancelled after one season, there were plans for Carnage in the second.
Give us what we want! Venom was here! We know it! Where is Venom? Tell us!
If I knew who you was looking for, I'd tell you.
Number 3. The Spectacular Spider-Man. Now in one of the best Spider-Man TV series, we unfortunately never got to see Carnage in action due to the series being cancelled. While we do see Cletus Cassidy at the Ravencroft Institute, there were plans for Carnage to come in the third season. After Eddie Brock was split from the symbiote a second time, he was sent to the Ravencroft Institute, where just like in the comics, he would unite with Venom again, and Cletus would become Carnage.
That's encouraging news, Cletus, but it was Max's turn to speak.
Electro, Doc. Electro! I don't need a regular name no more.
Number 4. Ultimate Spider-Man. Continuing with another Spider-Man show, we see a variety of Carnage throughout the series. First seen when the Green Goblin kidnaps Peter Parker and injects him with the symbiote, it initially starts to look like Venom, but the Red later pops in and turns him into Carnage. As the Goblin sends him after Spider-Man and his team, he easily defeats them, but Harry takes the symbiote from him and transforms into Venom.
That is not Venom!
This Venom indeed seems different.
Later in the final season, when Michael Morbius creates the Carnage symbiote and it separates from its first host, Spider-Man and Agent Venom unintentionally explode it all over the city. As it bonds with the citizens and heroes of New York, it eventually takes over Midtown High, where it bonds with Mary Jane, making her the Carnage Queen. While she's able to separate from the symbiote, a small piece permanently bonds with her, which gives her the abilities to transform into the ultimate Spider-Woman.
Carnage is chaos!
What is so funny? There's nothing funny!
Number 5. Guardians of the Galaxy. In a crossover with Marvel's Spider-Man, the Guardians learn that the Carnage symbiote escaped Thanos' asteroid and begin tracking it in New York. As they team up with Spider-Man and discover that it wanted to dig deep underground, the symbiote travels deeper and bonds with Thanos. Together, they begin terrorizing the city and head to retrieve the Venom symbiote, but Peter bonds with it and battles him. Thanos then turns the Venom symbiote into a bomb that will turn the city into his symbiote army, so Peter and the Guardians use sap and electricity to destroy it and the Carnage symbiote.
Only you would be mad enough to voluntarily bond with a symbiote.
Not bond. Use. It is a tool. A weapon. It has returned to its master as it was programmed to do. Allow me to demonstrate what else it can do.
Number 6. Venom, There Be Carnage. Ending with his final appearance, a year after he appeared in Venom and mentioned that there will be carnage, we cut to another interview with Eddie. As Eddie and Venom later uncover where Cletus previously hid the victims' bodies, Cletus is sentenced to execution and invites Eddie to watch, where he bites his hand and eats part of the symbiote. While it stops the lethal injection and transforms him into Carnage, like Venom, Carnage and Cletus are individuals who, unlike in the comics, were one and the same. They later agree to break out Shriek and go after Venom, though after kidnapping Anne and Detective Mulligan to get Venom's attention, we cut to a glorious battle between symbiotes. Following Shriek's sonic blast that causes the symbiotes to separate, Venom bonds with Eddie and eats the Carnage symbiote. As Cletus reveals that he's a monster with or without it, and that he wanted Eddie's friendship, Venom bites his head off. And that's the end of Carnage's evolution in TV shows and movies. Now if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and hit the bell notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next evolution.